Vasudeva. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā Bhagavati uttamashloke Bhaktir bhavati naishtaki Durlabha manasho deho Dehinam shana bhangurai Tatrapi durlabham manye Vaikuntha priyadarshinaha Madeka bandhu matsangin Madguru manmanadhana Mannistaraka madbhagya mad ananda namostute Nigama kalpa tarur galitam phalam Shukhamukhadamrita dravya samyutam Pibad bhagavatam rasam alayam Muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavukaha Nama om Vishnu padaya Krishna pristhaya bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedantas Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Aradhayo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanayas Tadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Varagena Va Kalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhur Matamidam Tatradharana Paraha. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear worshipable devotees, for joining in this reading of Granth-Raj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Today we are reading Canto 10, Chapter 9, entitled The Mother Yashoda Binds Lord Krishna. Mother Yashoda binds Lord Krishna. This is the epitome of Vatsalya love, Vatsalya Prem, the zenith, the peak, the highest level of Vatsalya or parental love. Can anyone tell who is at the peak of parental love? Yes, Lakshay.
Mother Yashoda.
Mother Yashoda. Who can you tell number 2?
Nanda.
Wow, you're very intelligent. Can you tell number 3?
David.
Rohini or Lord Balaram could be number 2 or number 3.
Rohini. Yes, Rohini. Very nice. Let's write the order. So number 1, Yashoda. Number 2, Nanda Maharaj. Number 3, as Mataji said, Rohini. Can anyone tell number 4? They are the elderly gopis of Raja, whose children were kidnapped by Brahma. You remember in the Brahma Mohan Leela, Brahma kidnapped the children of some of the gopis, that is Krishna's friends, and they were praying that somehow they wanted Krishna to be their child, but Krishna, brought down the pride of Brahma, at the same time became the child of those gopis. Their number is number 4. Number 5 is Devaki, and of course we are not, this is all from the Acharya's commentaries. I was hearing a class by His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj who was mentioning this, so I thought it would be very interesting to mention. Number 5 is Devaki. Number 6 is the other 15 wives of okay, who can guess here? Other 15 wives
Vasudev.
of Vasudev, yes.
But after the Devaki, you can put Vasudev, right? First, and then.
Well, I'm just putting how I heard. So
Yeah.
the mothers are always have more love. So that's how the order is. His number is at number 8. Kunti is number 7, the sister of Vasudev, Krishna's Bua or aunt. And Vasudev comes at number 8, and number 9 is the Muni, the guru or the teacher, who is also like a father. There are like 7 mothers. There are like 5 fathers also, and one of them is the spiritual master. One of them, of course, is the father who gave the birth, seminal father, and like that. So this is the order of Vatsalya Rasa, right? All these devotees are serving Krishna in Vatsalya Rasa. That does not mean that number 7, number 6 are like they're behind. They are like Nitya Siddha Jivas. So we can and never should compare that number 6 is lower, number 5 is lower than number. But it's just some thing I was hearing and thought to share, since we're talking about Vatsalya Rasa. And if you remember in the previous 2-3 verses which we have covered, Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, we should follow such persons. And everyone is following someone or the other. Some people are following cricketers. Some people are following basketball stars, tennis stars, right? Lakshay, does it happen in your school? Everyone is following some stars, some soccer or whatever, sports stars, movie stars, Hollywood stars, Bollywood stars. But they're not really stars because they keep changing, right? Today, Mr. X could be the world tennis champion. 10 years back, Mr. Y was. 20 years back, Mr. Z was. They keep changing. But our superstar is Krishna and his pure devotees. So meditating upon their form, as Shukdev Goswami mentioning, their clothes, their beauty, their hard work, how they are always doing shrama with their love, their every aspect of life. Anyone who desires to be Krishna conscious in the motherly affection or parental affection should contemplate on the bodily features of Mata Yashoda. So deep. So the point is that this should be our meditation. These should be our stars. And then we will also develop similar qualities. So with that, we will move to the next verse, which is text number 4. Who wants to read this text? Anyone would like to read? Upendra Prabhu, you have joined. We are happy that you have joined. Arina, would you like to try to read?
Yeah,
And
Prabhu.
Mataji is also there. Haribol.
Hare Krishna,
Please,
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Please try.
From तन्त्यकाम असाध्यमस्तनि जननी हरि गृहीत्वा दधिमन्थनं न्यसधेत् प्रतिमाभाहम्. Can scroll down Prabhuji little bit. While Mother Yashoda was churning butter, Lord Krishna, desiring to drink the milk of her breast, appeared before her, and in order to increase her transcendental pleasure, he caught hold of the churning rod and began to prevent her from churning. Purport. Krishna was sleeping within the room, and as soon as he got up, he became hungry and went to his mother, wanting to stop her from churning and drink the milk of her breast. He stopped her from moving the churning rod. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hey, Bo, thank you so much for reading. Have any thoughts, comments in this connection, in this verse?
Yeah, Prabhuji, means when like Jasoda mother is churning the butter, that time Krishna Bhagavan got up and he went to his mother and means he's asking something like to get any butter from her. So that is the meaning of the purport, means the how the means mother and son, how they have the relationship, that is the showing like the Bhagavan and the between Jasoda, that the relationship, the mother and son relation, that is the showing.
Very nice, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bhakti is all about relationships, spiritual, loving relationships, keeping Krishna as the center. So as we read in this verse, this word, manthana, if you observe, the first 4 verses, all of the 4 verses have the word manthana. That means she is really churning hard. All 4 verses, interestingly, right? In all the 4 verses, text 1, 2, 3, and 4 have this word nirmanthana or manthana. In fact, text 4, which we just read, has the word twice. One at one place. Let's go to the word to go deeper in here. Dadhi manthana. While she was doing the first mat nantim. So this is used to describe the task, and dadi manthana is used to describe the churning rod. Nantim. So Krishna is described here as stanya kamaha. Kama means desire. But what does the Supreme Lord desire? The expression of a mother's love towards the child is the milk. Of course, there are multiple, but the mother really wants to feed the child the milk. So that's her expression of selfless, unalloyed love. And Krishna in everyone's heart knows that. What my devotee wants to offer. There are multiple things here. One thing to observe, that she was chanting, right? What was she doing while churning butter? Anyone recalls? What was she doing while she was churning butter? So she was moving her body, and with the rope she was doing her body was moving. But what else was she doing?
She was singing.
Stories of Krishna and pastimes.
Yes, she was doing basically kirtan, right? There are different types of kirtan: nama kirtana, rupa kirtana, guna kirtana. So she was doing the lila kirtan. Yani yani ha gitani tad bal charitani cha. Dadi nirmanthane kale smaranti tani agayata. That's the second verse. So she was remembering the poeticized songs, the pastimes which are poeticized, and she was singing those pastimes. And guess what happens when we sing? Yad gayanti madbhakta tatra tishtami narada. Wherever my devotees come together and then they congregate and chant the holy names, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, then I'm personally present. So Krishna, and not only she was singing, she was also playing musical instruments. You remember those instruments? We discussed the bangles and the earrings. They were moving nicely like the mridang and the kartal, right? And they were vibrating and making noise. As the acharyas mentioned, they were like the accompanying instruments. So Krishna is hungry for the love of his devotee. Krishna is hungry for the love of his devotee, and therefore he comes because the mother developed the desire to offer milk. Krishna is the word used as tam stanya kama. Stanya is breast, kama means desiring her milk from her breast. Sadhya, he appeared while she was doing matnantim jananim hari. Janani is mother, Hari is Krishna, of course. Grihitva dadi mathanam. Grihitva, he grabbed, he held, catching the churning rod. And basically, if the churning rod has to move, right? If you, I think you all at least maybe have seen or at least visualize, the churning rod is like moving, is like rotating. And if you catch it, basically it can't move. Basically, the process of churning has been stopped. So Krishna is saying the Supreme Lord is here. You left him unattended and you are busy in this butter, right? Ultimately, Krishna is a very possessive lover. Krishna wants full attention. He does not want us to be, when he is present, he wants our full attention. So Krishna is sharing that when Krishna Katha is going on, Japa is going on, or any other spiritual activity is going on, Krishna is saying, leave everything and focus on me. He's saying, stop this churning, and I am here. And I am here and you are busy churning. Stop this churning. Sarvdharma parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. Lakshya, you want to complete?
Moksha isyami nashuka.
Shuchaha. Shuchaha. Very good. So he came and said, leave everything. I need your milk. Krishna desires not the milk, but the love of his devotee. And of course, as we just discussed, Mata Yashoda is so much full of motherly love. Number one in Vatsalya Rasa. And she really wanted to feed Krishna. So let's see what happens now in text number 5. Who wants to read? I see Lakshi's hand is up. Go ahead, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Tamankam arudam apayyastanam sneha snutam sa smityam ikshati mukam atripatam utslitya jabena sayayab utsyamane payasi tve aririte. Translation: Mother Yashoda then embraced Krishna, allowed him to sit down on her lap, and began to look upon the face of the Lord with great love and affection. Because of her intense affection, milk was flowing from her breast. But when she saw that the milk pan on the oven was boiling over, she immediately left her son to take care of the overflowing milk. Although the child was not fully satisfied with drinking the milk out of his mother's breast. Purpose: everything in the household affairs of Mother Yashoda was meant for Krishna. Although Krishna was drinking the breast milk of Mother Yashoda, when she saw that the milk pan in the kitchen was overflowing, she had to take care of it immediately. And thus she left her son, who then became very angry, not having been fully satisfied with drinking the milk of her breast. Sometimes one must take care of more than one item of important business for the same purpose. Therefore, Mother Yashoda was not unjust when she left her son to take care of the overflowing milk on the platform of love and affection. It is the duty of the devotee to do one thing first and the other thing later. The proper intuition by which to do this is given by Krishna. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mami priyanti te Bhagavata 10.10. In Krishna consciousness, everything is dynamic. Krishna guides the devotees in what to do first and what to do next on the platform of absolute truth. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very cool. Thank you so much, Akshay Prabhu. So the story moves forward now. So point number 1, where Krishna is directly saying something. Hey, I need your milk. Mother Yashoda did not procrastinate. Hey, no, let me do this. Krishna, ultimately, what is for whom everything is? It's for Krishna. And Krishna is directly coming. I need your, breast milk. Then she did not ignore it that time. But what happened? Tam Ankamarunam. She very affectionately, Anka means Godi or lap. Nowadays we put laptop in our lap, therefore it's called laptop. But Krishna, Mata Yashoda put Krishna. Just look at the glorious lap of Mata Yashoda. Just meditating upon that beautiful, pastime will help us. And allowed to drink her breast milk, which is basically her love. And with lot of sneha, very, very nice word here, sneha, with intense affection. Yes, Nandini Mataji, you wanted to say something, sorry.
But on my laptop is Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam and you're speaking, so I think it's a...
Hare Krishna. So sneha, sneha, yes, you're trying to use laptop also in Krishna's service, which is good. Sneha. So anything which Krishna does not need our milk or patram pushpam phalam to yomi bhaktya prayachati. With bhakti, with love, with sneha, with affection when we offer. So she offered with lot of intense affection. And look at her beautiful expression here. Smitam, so smitam, ikshati mukham. When we offer something to Krishna, it must be done joyfully, right? She's so happy, smiling. Oh, my Lala is drinking my milk. My Lala will become strong, it'll become healthy. I'm so blessed. I'm so fortunate. And Krishna is happy, and everything was nicely going on. She's smiling. Krishna is relishing the milk. The reciprocal relationship between the topmost devotee in Vatsalya Rasa and the Supreme Lord Krishna is going on, and suddenly she put Krishna aside. Why? And Krishna was atriptam. The Supreme Lord, where he says in multiple places, I do not need anything. He does not need anything. But here he says atriptam. He was not fully satisfied. The same Supreme Lord comes, and in Vaman Day he says, oh, just give me 3 pieces of land, because if one is not happy with what one has, what is the use of getting the whole world? But now that word is used, he was atriptam. He was not fully, he had not drank his full to his heart's content. And Mata Utsrija put him aside. Utsrija. Javena, jaldi jaldi, very hastily. What she did, she left the place. For what? Uts sincha mane payasi. Paya is milk. Payo nidhi, payo sagara, payasam, right? All this root word is paya. So, utsinchymana, uparartha. Kya uparartha? Milk, paya. Utsinchymane, the milk was overflowing. So, there was a pot of milk which Mata Yashoda had put on boiling. Like all of us, I think, have this experience that when we put the milk on boiling, and if we leave it unattended, then what happens? It overflows. So now, next time this happens at your home, I hope it does not happen every day, but it still happens no matter how we try, how much we are careful, it still happens. It's a beautiful meditation. Rather than shouting over each other, we can remember Krishna. And this chapter 10, text chapter 9, text number 4 here, 5, text 5 here, right? So we can remember Damodar Leela. We can remember Damodar Leela. Oh, in that Leela also, the milk was overflowing. I'm not encouraging to do that intentionally, but somehow if that happens, then okay, take it as Krishna's arrangement rather than blaming husband or blaming the wife. Okay, I won't go in detail about that. So, but I hope you all know what I'm referring to. So why was the milk boiling? Why was the milk boiling? Number one, why did Mata Yashoda? Now we can try to dig deeper into the purport also. But a lot of lessons are in there here. In spiritual world, everything is Chintamani. So point number one, that Mata Yashoda was Mata Yashoda in a fix now. On one hand, she is feeding the baby Krishna, right, in her lap. The word used is anaka, anka, godi. Krishna is in her lap, but the milk over there on the stove, on the oven, on the gas, whatever the burner was being used to heat it, to boil it, was also to serve Krishna. Is it not? I really like this line here. Everything, let's meditate upon this line Prabhupada is saying. Prabhupada's purport is so deep. Everything in the household affairs of Mata Yashoda was meant for Krishna. Does anyone want to reflect upon it a little bit more? Just upon this line. Any thoughts, any comments here? Anyone has?
So, Prabhuji, everything in our life as a devotee should surround around Krishna. So, it is inside house or outside work that somehow we have to know how to keep Krishna in the center by the guidance of the senior devotees. Hare Krishna.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Everything in the household affairs. And Prabhupada is saying we should follow the footsteps of Mata Yashoda, great souls. That means everything in the household affairs of those who are sincerely trying to follow the footsteps of Mata Yashoda should, in their household affairs, should also be meant for Krishna, right? Is that a fair statement, or am I like exaggerating too much here? Just connecting, if A equal to B, B equal to C, then A is equal to C. That's the simple logic here. In the previous purport, Prabhupada said that we should try to follow the footsteps of Mata Yashoda. If we want to develop that prem, if Mata Yashoda has this thing, then we have to try to also develop that mood. Very simple, easier said than done, but at least that's the goal. Sometimes it may be very easy to say like that. I remember reminded of a pastime of one time His Holiness Radhanath Swami went to a city, and then one of his disciples, he got a very, very nice opulent jhula. And just by seeing it, Maharaj, felt that this is not an ordinary, like it's so expensive, and devotees, simple living, and do we really need that? And then he could sense that Maharaj had some thoughts in his mind, and he said, Maharaj, this is for you. We got this for you. Oh, really? You got this for me? So, but did I ask you to get it for me? Right? Or how many times I come here to use it? Once in 5 years? So, the Guru and Krishna know. We can put their stamp. Oh, it's for Guru. Oh, it's for Vaishnava. Oh, it's for Krishna. But is it really meant for Krishna? Or are we putting Krishna's stamp on that? That Guru and Krishna will know. So the point is basically, as far as possible, the household, the family, the things in and out, whatever we are doing, yat karoshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yad tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva mad arpanam, meant for Krishna. Do it as an offering to Krishna. So that's a very, very beautiful point here. Now we all sometimes may get multiple services. Here Mata Yashoda also was, two different parallel services were there, right? Number one, before Krishna came, perhaps the milk was already on the stove. She must have put the milk on the stove, on the burner, or the, whatever wood flame, wood furnace. And then she was churning the butter, as we saw in the last few verses. She was churning the butter. And now Krishna comes, holds the mathani, and hey, I need your butter. Mata Yashoda stops the churning process, takes Krishna in her lap, and starts feeding. But in this whole process, the other service where she had to turn off the milk, she kind of forgot about it. She was so absorbed in feeding Krishna. She was so absorbed in feeding Krishna, then how will she get to know? Because the milk started to overflow. And you know that smell, right? The milk started to overflow and started to burn. Now, milk is also Chintamani here. Milk is Chintamani. Chintamani means transcendental. In spiritual world, everything is transcendental. So far, we have discussed that the bangles and the sound was transcendental. They are also personified. They are like Mridanga Kartal. They are accompanying. The Malati flowers we discussed, they are also, falling down. You don't want to be a lot of weight. Mata Yashoda is already doing so much shrama. Let us not, be extra burden on Mata Yashoda. In the bangles and the ankles and stuff like that. And then here milk is thinking, Baba, looks like I will never be fortunate enough to be offered to Krishna. What is the use of my life then? Mata Yashoda is feeding Krishna her milk. Krishna is relishing that milk. The milk is useless. Let me jump in the fire and commit suicide by burning myself up. Of course, this is the transcendental meditation of the Chintamani milk. Krishna rati vina jivanto miche. If I'm not good, if I'm not of any good use to Guru and Krishna, then what is the use of my life? Right? That life, that body, which is of no good use to Guru and Krishna, which does not bow down to Guru and Krishna, which is not engaged in the service of Guru and Krishna, is practically dead body. And there are multiple such verses which does not chant, which does not, take to the process of bhakti. Sometimes it's said that it is simply breathing. A dead body which is breathing. So real purpose of body, real purpose of our existence is to serve Krishna. That milk is showing. Otherwise, the real purpose of existence is not to, have a nice education, nice job, nice family, nice home, nice car, and nice the end. What else? Majority of the population, what is the goal? In the childhood? Oh, let me get the best of the degrees, right? So we're not against all that. Okay, go to nice college, get good degrees, good job, get nice. So we're not against all that. But just, what is all that? Everything in the household affair is meant for Krishna. We're not against education, job, or family, or anything like that. But forgetting Krishna bhuli sei jivanadir bahir mukh. In the whole midst of all that, we should always, whether we are a student, whether we are going to college, whether we are working, whether we are married, unmarried, have kids, no kids, grandkids, single, or whatever situation we are in, short, India, America, young, old, rich, poor, whatever our situation is, we must offer our best to Krishna. Now, as the milk was overflowing, now she has two options, right? Either she can continue to serve Krishna, right, and ignore the milk, or she can leave Krishna aside and take care of the milk. Looks like some portion of the milk has already overflown. But still, if she does not go, then practically everything else, whatever is in the container, will also overflow, right? And that to Padmagandha milk. What will we do? Or have any of you been in situations like these, where two services are there, but you can't expand yourself in two, and then you have to pick one, right? So we all have been, and Prabhupada mentions, sometimes, I'll just repeat the purport here. Sometimes we must take care of more than one item for important business, devotional service, etc. for the same purpose. What is the same purpose here? Anyone? What does the same purpose mean here? In this situation, what is that same purpose?
To both are for Krishna's purpose, to feed the Krishna and to save the milk for Krishna's for later use also.
Yes, absolutely. Both both of them, it was not that the other milk she's going to sell and make some profit. The other milk also she was boiling to make different milk products for Krishna. So for the same purpose, and the breastfeeding was also going on for the same purpose, to feed Krishna. Therefore, Mata Yashoda was not unjust. It's not that one was her selfish motive and other was devotional service. So sometimes when situations are like that, it's easy to make a choice. Let's say if someone asks me, hey, next Sunday we have a new movie in town. Next Sunday we have a new movie in town in the evening. Can you come? And then I also know that we have a Sunday evening program. So for an aspiring devotee, the decision should be quite straightforward. That movie is not good for my health, my mental health, my bhakti, and that going for the program, satsang, association of devotees will be very conducive for that choice is easy. And the purpose is not the same. The purpose in one is spiritual advancement, in the other is practically spiritual degradation. But life is always not like 0 and 1. This is like 0 and 1, black and white. There may be sometimes parallelly, 2 or 3 service, right? And we may have to nicely manage or pick one, in short, because we are not the Supreme Lord who can expand. Okay, one expansion will do this, one expansion will do this. It is not possible. But so through proper coordination, communication, etc., we have to do that. We have to know. And how will that come? Krishna says, I will give them dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamapayanti. It is a duty of the devotee to do one thing first and the other thing later. Prabhupada so nicely, giving practical solutions. So sometimes we may be in these situations. So we can tell that if let's say we have already been told one service, and then someone else who is also our authority, let's say, says, hey, can you do this? Then we can properly communicate that, Prabhu, at that time, I have been told by other devotee to do this service. Is it okay if I complete what you are saying after I'm done, after an hour from what you are requesting? So proper communication really helps in those situations. And Krishna will give that guidance. Krishna will give that intuition. Krishna guides the devotee what to do first, what to do next on the platform of absolute truth. Hare Krishna. Isn't that beautiful? Let's hear from all of you. I've been talking a lot. Any thoughts, any reflections so far? Any comments for what we have read so far? Chanda or Manan?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, it's me, Devaki Mataji.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
I'm using my daughter's laptop. Sorry.
Oh. No, why are you sorry? You are free to use your daughter's laptop. There's nothing to be sorry about. I didn't know that. I thought there's some new devotee I want to welcome properly. So, but we want to welcome you as well. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
People.
I'm back from UK now.
Now you're in Mauritius.
Mauritius. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't follow so much. The first one. I haven't missed so much now. Only 1 to 5, I think.
Yeah, we read a chapter of Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta, and then we came back to Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam. So I think you can start from here, which will be nice.
Yes, thank you.
Any other comments, thoughts anyone has? Okay, let's read one more verse, then we'll pause. Text 6. Nandini Mataji, you want to read?
Yes,
Please.
Prabhu, Pranam. Sajjat kopaha spuritaruna daram sandarsha dvandi dhimantha bhajanam bitva mrishrur drishad asmanaraho jaghasa hayyangang mantaram gatta. Wow, quite a roller tongue twister. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace S.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being very angry and biting his reddish lip with his teeth, Krishna, with false tears in his eyes, broke the container of yogurt with a piece of stone. Then he entered a room and began to eat the freshly churned butter in a solitary place. It is natural that when a child becomes angry, he can begin crying with false tears in his eyes. So Krishna did this, and biting his reddish lip with his teeth, he broke the pot with a stone, entered a room, and began to eat the freshly churned butter. So this is such a little baby Krishna. And he is showing his his tantrums, 2 years old, they say they throw tantrums. They get angry, it's false, it's not, the tears are crocodile tears, as they say. And because they just want their way, they don't understand anything else. And they're adamant about getting something. Otherwise, they just, they just make a show. And yeah, of course, this tendency comes because Krishna shows this in the Damodar Leela. Back to you, Prabhu, please. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for reading this. So in this verse, Krishna is getting angry. Krishna says there are 3 doors to hell. Who knows that verse? Navya knows, right? What are the 3 doors to hell?
I don't remember the verse, Prabhuji.
Trividham narakasya. Trividham narakasya. Idam
Narkasedam dvaram ashinamatmanam
kama
kama krodasthatha lopas
tasmad
tasmad
etam triyam tajet.
etam tarantichet.
Very nice. In Bhagavad Gita, in more than 10 verses, Krishna tells about the dangers of anger, right? In chapter 2, practically all the chapters, we'll see somewhere or the other he's mentioning not to be angry. But here, Krishna got angry, being very angry. And he's showing like this, covering his reddish lips with the white teeth. Red is passion, white is goodness. So Krishna is teaching a lesson that passion can be overcome with goodness. So beautiful. The Supreme Lord's anger is transcendental anger, only to increase more love to Krishna. And I have a meeting with kids in 2 minutes, so please be patient. Let me complete this verse. You can also stay along, but that's absolutely fine. So in anger, anger, he's manifesting in action. Don't try this at home, but Krishna did. He broke the butter pot. People throw things in anger. Sometimes they break TV screens. This is a very common thing. They break TV screens. they throw the remote, they throw the mobile phone, and basically they lose their mind, they lose their, you know, anger makes our cognition very weak. Anger leads to the cycle or the transitions happen, right? First kama, krodha, right? In chapter 2, text 65. Then basically buddhi nasha pranashyati, buddhi ka nash ho jata hai, and the person does not know. So here, of course, Krishna is always fully aware, but in this case, most people, when they are in the grip of anger, they do not know, and then they bang their thing on the TV, and then the $500 TV may break, and then they regret, oh Baba, why I did that. So in this case, Krishna took a stone, and then later he broke the butter pot, and then he realized, Baba, I did a big thing. I should have not done that. Now my mother will come. My mother will come. So he tried to hide himself in a solitary place. Antara gataha, andar chale gaya, you know, in a some secret place, andar chale gaya Krishna, so that no one can see him. So whether we will see tomorrow whether Mata Yashoda was able to find Krishna or not, what happened from here. But today what has happened, Krishna has broken the pot, and then he entered a room inside. Within that room, and the andar chale gaye, and then he is eating butter. He's butter thief. He is Navnita Taskara. He's Makhan Chor. He likes butter. He is eating butter. So we will pause here, and I have to connect with kids for some other short program. But let's find our Bhagavatam call. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktavinda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyaiva cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo